Hello, it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. Now, I'm back with a witchy video, as always. You'll know what it is from the title and the thumbnail and all that jazz. I'm going to be giving you my opinion, though. My opinion on what it means to be a Hekatean witch. This is something I have been asked so many times. What does it mean? What does it entail? Is there a right answer? Is there a wrong answer? Well, there isn't. Hecate herself has told me that. But being a Hekatean witch can mean many different things to many different people. And I just felt called to answer this one. So let's get into it. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm Sarah, I'm that divination witch, and I hope you stick around. This channel I've set up to help people. I share my journey, I share information I've learned, I try and answer as many questions as I can, and we're all here to help each other. That's what this channel's about. Everyone, keep an open mind, keep learning, that's what I say, because no one knows everything. Now, nothing silly, so ask away, don't be afraid, and help each other as well. I encourage that. And yes, I hope you stick around. I do have a link tree below as well if you're interested in supporting the channel further. I've got Patreon, a website, Etsy. I'm teaching tarot as well on Patreon, on YouTube memberships. Look, I've got all sorts of stuff. And it all goes back into the channel, improving things like the microphones and the lighting and everything. So yeah, thank you. Let's dive in. Well, Hekatean witch. What does it mean, first of all? Well, you're a witch that follows Hecate. Right, that's what it means. I'm going now. Right, job done. Oh, okay, job not done. That's in the simplest of terms. A witch who follows Hecate and is dedicated to her. What does that mean, to follow her? It can mean one thing to me and one thing to you, and well, there's so much information out there, so what the heck does this mean? Okay, well, Hecate herself, yes, she is known as the goddess of witchcraft and witches. And yes, she rules over sorcery, she rules over the liminal space, the restless dead. She is the torchbearer, she is Enodia, the crossroads goddess, the guide in life and afterlife. She gets you to where you need to be. She is a protector as well, and she sees over protecting children and assisting in childbirth. That was another thing she did. She, to me, if I'm quite honest, and I've explained it on the channel loads, but she is the divine feminine. Yes, her name may just be one name for the divine feminine. Someone else may call that Sophia. Someone else may call that Kali or Durga. That was her name. Someone else may call that Gaia or Mother Earth or the Great Goddess or whatever. The divine feminine is made up of so many different archetypes. But Hecate, she goes beyond that, and there's a few goddesses out there that go beyond just one kind of archetype. She encompasses so many things that it's impossible to pin her down, even as a modern day worshipper of her, even if you're a historian, even if, well, you're just interested in her. It's hard to just pin her down to one role, one culture. And yeah, in modern times, a lot of people say she's dark, and there's so much misinformation out there about her as well. So yes, it's confusing. Being a Hekatean witch is confusing. Being somebody who follows her is confusing. She herself is confusing. And we are just humans trying to understand something that maybe isn't within our realm of understanding yet, if I'm quite honest. Given all these things that Hecate does and is part of, being a Hekatean witch, I feel, is you encompassing her values. And what are her values? Well, it's going to depend on the side of Hecate you work with, I suppose. So someone may just see her as witchcraft, mother goddess, and that's it. Someone else may see her as more of a guide, more Enodia, the crossroads, and, the helping hand. And someone else may see her as something more primal, like Brimo, and more animalistic, I suppose. Someone else may see her as creator of all. We all see her in different ways, and this isn't just Hecate. Deities come to us in different ways, depending on what we need, depending on what we would accept, and what we are needing to face in life at the time. It's all relative, let's say, and it's, well, pretty mysterious and confusing, as I've already said. But I feel being a Hekatean witch is embodying Hecate. So for me, this is a few things. I embody her as in helping people. I've always loved helping people, even though sometimes people get on my nerves. And you probably all share that sentiment. But even people who get on my nerves, I still care about. I care about us all as a collective. I want everyone to do well in life. I know that's not always possible, though. Of course not. Look at the state of the world. And not everyone's going to agree. And I get opposing comments and opinions thrown at me all the time. And it is what it is. But even those who oppose me, I don't really wish anyone harm. It's got to be something drastic for me to ever wish that on someone. Even those I have reacted to, even things, I've tried to review, or, when I've had a different opinion to other people, I don't try and make it into a personal attack, because it isn't, at least on my end. I say my piece, people say theirs, we all keep an open mind, we all learn, move on. So for me, it's helping people. It's also guiding people. So Hecate is a guide, a torchbearer. She gets people to where they need to be, whether they are dead or alive. So another way that I am a Hekatean witch and embody her values is guiding people. And this comes in two ways. Guiding the living, like you guys, making these videos, doing readings for people. People reach out to me, ask me questions about her, answering questions, helping people connect with her in whatever way that is, and whatever way is right for that individual, educating about her and spreading my opinions, my feelings, my thoughts about her, another voice in her name, I suppose. And there's a few of us who do this. Another way is helping those who have passed on. She has gotten me to cross over spirits before, to help lost souls, and to help not just the souls themselves, but the loved ones of the souls. So sometimes I have encountered spirits, let's say out in the wild, but spirits, when I've been out and about, there may have been a spirit around an area. I've helped move on. They've been stuck. I've done story times about this. I've also helped people when they've come to me for mediumship readings, or a spirit came through for someone. I've helped as in giving the living people some peace, and also the non-living people. Because sometimes, when our loved ones leave us, there can be unfinished business. There can be a lot of unhealed wounds and things like this. So yeah, that's another way I help her and embody what she does. Another way of being a Hekatean witch. I also listen to her when it comes to witchcraft. So with my witchcraft, I don't follow a spell book. I'm not into ceremonial magic. I'm not against it, but it's not something I do at the moment. I'm not doing high magic or anything like that. I follow my intuition, and my intuition links with Hecate. So I'm listening to what she advises. A lot of my magic, I work with her and my higher self. Sometimes I do things without her, of course. That is few and far between. For the most part, it is with her. And just naturally, since day one, she has led me to herbal magic from the start. And I didn't realise at day one just how linked she is with herbal magic and how integral that is to her. She loves herbs. That's why there's modern day books on like Entering Hecate's Garden. That's all about it. Back in the day in Thessalian witches, ancient Greek witches, they were known for using herbs. It's a thing. Hecate loves us to connect with nature. And that is one way of doing so. So it's that brand of magic. And I embody that. Another way of being a Hekatean witch is I try and care for people outside of this as well. So doing favours for others, doing good turns for people, and for my local area, let's say. So there are times where my neighbour has needed help and I've helped them out. There's a stray cat that I always feed. That's a thing. There's times where I've tidied up the local neighbourhood because someone's left it a mess, sort of thing. Just little things like this. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but Hecate does this. It's not just to me. My friend who is on the podcast on here sometimes, she told me a story about how Hecate had her picking up litter along this riverbank near where she lived. So it's listening to her and kind of respecting her traditions. It's embodying her values in that way. Another way, I suppose, would be trying to honour some of her historic traditions and trying to learn more about her as well myself, opening my mind to other ideas about her. Once upon a time, I never saw her as this creator goddess, divine feminine lady. I thought that was hogwash, to be honest. I just saw her through the Hellenic lens and that was it. She's got me to open my mind and see things through different points of views and perspective, even if I don't agree with them. The seeds of truth in everything she has taught me doesn't mean everyone's 100% right. I'm not 100% right. No one is. Everyone's different and we're all drawn to different things and that's okay. That's what I mean. She's got me saying there's no right or wrong answers here. So being a Hekatean witch, to come back to the source of this video, what does it mean to be a Hekatean witch? Well, ask yourself that. Don't ask me, ask yourself that. Yes, in its most simple meaning, it means a witch that follows Hecate. And the rest is up to you. If you want to learn more about Hecate from my point of view, check out my playlist, subscribe if you've made it this far, and until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye.